What's up, folks? This is Crypto with James talking to you today about Efinity. Affinity Network is one that is a project that I think is outstanding. I want to get into why, and I think the long-term potential of this, because gaming and NFTs are going to be huge, even more so than they already are. And we've got to talk about FTX. Things are going from bad to worse. The FTX situation is unbelievable at this point. And there's a potential contagion event on the horizon. So we're going to talk about that. Before I get into it, I update this spreadsheet. Now, if you are new to the channel, you may be wondering why the hell you should listen to me. It's a fair question. There's a lot of crypto YouTube channels these days. These are the first 26 coins I spoke about on the channel. First 26 coins I owned when I made the channel. Had you put in $100 into each of these when I released videos about them, and you were still holding all those coins, doing everything wrong, because realistically, what should you be doing? Selling when the markets are up. But if you were still holding everything because you'd been the worst investor ever, you'd still be in profit for 8.8K. But if you'd done the right thing, if you just sold these coins last year, like I did when the markets were flying high, you could have made 123 grand. It's a massive difference, and that's off a $2,600 investment. Now, obviously, because I sold these are not the coins I own. If you want to see my portfolio, you can go to copymycrypto.com. Go read that site. Everything on there is verifiable because it's all on the YouTube channel. On that site, I share my portfolio. I share every coin I buy, every coin I sell. We've got beginners tutorials for anyone that wants to get into crypto but doesn't know how to start. And I deep dive these markets on a daily basis. I'm always looking for the coins I think can do the big gains. Like I said with Phantom, where I said it would 100x or more, and it did a 677x. When I find the next Phantom, which of course I'm going to be diving and finding, and I will find, I'm going to get on the site and tell the members about it. So if you want to get in early on one of the next big gainers in the bull cycle, which will probably be 2024, back end of 2024 now, just go read the site. Links in the description. Right, Affinity. So, Affinity's cross-chain NFT platform that was developed by Engine and has been built on Polkadot. Now, obviously, Engine's a massive crypto, Polkadot, massive crypto. Affinity was created as the next generation blockchain for digital assets, and the aim of with the aim of adapting to the challenges of the world of NFTs. The main specialization of the Affinity project is the NFT space. Obviously, we saw our first real run of NFTs this past cycle. Do not be surprised if we see a much bigger run of NFTs in the following bull cycle, in the next bull cycle. Through Affinity, traders and gamers can create and distribute, transfer, sell, and buy NFTs. Affinity wants to remove barriers to entry in the NFT and decentralized gaming space. And the token itself powers the entire ecosystem. Their goal is effectively generation, transfer, and purchase of tokens using a interchain infrastructure of protocols. The whole idea being a lot lower fees. In terms of incentives, rewards on proof of work blockchains with NFT functionalities go to miners who create trade tokens, thereby effectively creating the community and rewarding the community. And their goal is to become a hub for both fungible and non-fungible tokens, and accepting tokens from any other chain. So they want to be completely interoperable, as Polkadot is. The potential here is quite significant. They've got a really strong team, people that have worked with some massive companies. One of the guys, Caleb Applegate, is COO at Engine and a former COO of Mineplex, which is the global Minecraft gaming service, which, if you know anything about Minecraft, was is still absolutely enormous, but was huge. Right now, their speed's not bad, 700 to 1,000 transactions per second, so obviously a lot better than your Ethereums, your Bitcoins. And the transaction confirmation speed is about 6 seconds, which again, pretty damn good. All in, quite an interesting project. Now, there's a couple key concerns, as always with most cryptos these days, is you've got to acknowledge the concerns. First of all, the trading volume is terrible. I mean, 1 million out of a 51 million market cap. I mean, realistically, I know it's a weekend right now, but it's always been knocking around pretty much 1 million, 2 million for the last sort of 4 or 5 months. Even when we were in sort of peak cycle territory, it was much better. We were looking at 100 million volumes, 50 million. So the volume needs to get back up, because if it doesn't, it's a problem, because you've got to sell. At some point, you've got to sell. So you need volume where you're going to be able to sell your cryptos. Now, Affinity, where is it? There we go. So their development updates have been pretty good. And I like the fact that they're sort of really pushing why they are going to be one of the best around. Why Affinity is the Lamborghini to the metaverse. I like this. I like the fact that they're really doing that. But they do need to advertise. They are going to need to advertise when everything's up and running. So fuel tanks are live on Affinity, along with 2 other key pallets. So fuel tanks, developers can subsidize transaction costs for their users and players. And developers can also specify how the fuel tanks may be used. This, again, is a nice little step in the right direction. The marketplace palette as well is good. This palette allows fixed price listings, allows timed auctions, and allows royalties. And they've also got multi-token palette, which is obviously for, multiple tokens. But the development is going well. So there's a lot to be positive about. But they are going to have to up the speed with which everything is completed. They've got to start speeding that time frame up, because fundamentally, when everything is up and running, they can start seeing a real surge in volume. And that can only be good for the overall project. And if the volume rises, obviously, then you've got a token that you can sell when you want to sell it, which is obviously going to be important. But all in, a strong project, strong team in the Polkadot ecosystem. Going to be home to an NFT and fungible token platform. So they've got big plans. They've just got to start bringing them into fruition as much as possible. But they point out the people that they've worked with. People from Microsoft, Samsung, BMW, and more. I'm pretty damn positive about Affinity, but you won't see the full scope of success of any NFT projects until a bull cycle, because fundamentally, NFTs will have their own cycle within a bull cycle, in the same way that this past year memes had their own cycle within a cycle, and DeFi did, and everything else. So when that NFT wave occurs again, Affinity should rocket up. If everything that they've done is fully up and running. That is important. And right now, we're priced at 9 cents. So it previously reached heights of about $2.25. I would conservatively say $2.50 is very achievable. That put a market cap of sort of 1.25 billion. Which isn't bad. It's obviously a massive increase from where it is, but you do have to check circulating supply. That is of concern as well. Volume and circulating supply are of concern for me because only 28% of the supply is currently out. So you do, if you're looking to get in on this, you need to understand how the token distribution is going to work, because the token distribution, if we're going to see another half a billion tokens added over the next 2 years, then I would argue that this can drop to arguably 5 cents, maybe even 2 cents, probably lower, probably around 2 cents, if that token supply grows. And if that token supply grows that much, then maybe $2.50 is going to be out of reach. But that's my logic, right? Now, let me know if you guys agree or disagree in the comments down below. Do you think Affinity is any good? Do you think NFTs have had their day and they're not coming back around? Some people do believe that. I don't personally, but I'm always curious to hear what people think. If you're a returning viewer, subscribe to the channel as well, because the returning viewers, I think we're at 73% of returning viewers haven't subscribed. And I want to get that percentage down as much as possible. So if you would hit that subscribe button, it would do the channel the world of good. If you want to see the coins I own, my current portfolio, go read copymycrypto.com. On that site, I share every coin I own, every coin I buy. And we've got tons of tutorials, so anyone that's getting into crypto can use those tutorials if they're completely unfamiliar with it. It's the same tutorials I send to my family. And guys, I deep dive these markets on a daily basis, always looking for the gainers, like I've been doing for 8 years. When I found Phantom in 2020, said it would 100x or more. Obviously, I was right. I will find a new Phantom, and when I do, I will get on the site and tell the members. So if you want to learn about them and get in on the next big coin, you're also going to want to read that site. Everything, by the way, on the site is verifiable because it's all on the YouTube channel. And guys, right, bloody hell, everything has gone mad. So FTX collapses into bankruptcy. So if you have crypto on FTX, my sincere, I don't know, what's the word? Apologies, but I'm sorry for you if you are in that position. They filed for bankruptcy in the US, seeking court protection as it looks for a way to return money to users. I'm shocked at the speed with which this unraveled. It was quite incredible. CZ basically went, we're dumping all our tokens, then said we're going to save FTX, then backtracked and said we're not going to save FTX. All of these things happened in the space of about 3 days. As a result, FTX is now in bankruptcy. Now, we don't know how this is going to play out. But since it's all begun, we have seen FTX drop around 80%, maybe 90% now. Solana has tanked because Solana is one of the biggest holdings for FTX's portfolio, or for Alameda Research's portfolio. There are a surprising amount of concerns here, and I don't think we're limited to FTX at all. FTX estimated that it had between 10 billion and 50 billion in assets and liabilities and more than 100,000 creditors. I don't know. I mean, this is a mess. It's an absolute mess. And I think it's probably going to get worse. I don't think we're done here. FTX has collapsed. There's no doubt about that. To boot, to make things worse, it looks like they've been hacked. They've confirmed a hack of possibly 600 million, which apparently happened last night. It's a shit show. The FTX situation is ridiculous. And this needs to serve as a reminder to people: get your crap off, get your crypto off exchanges. It's not safe there. I've said this for years, and I'm actually going to highlight something else now, because crypto.com looks worrying to me. There it is, guys, crypto.com. So they posted basically a proof of funds, which, I get why. They need to show that they're okay, they're in a good situation. But Jesus Christ, like 20% of what they own is Shiba Inu. Why? 20%? It holds insane amounts. Like, holds more Shiba Inu tokens compared to Ethereum tokens. It's shocking. Shocking. A meme coin's going to crash harder than anything else in the markets. You can't trust that if that is in the portfolio of reserve funds, I'd worry about holding my stuff on crypto.com as well. I really would. So guys, be damn careful out there. If you are holding crypto on an exchange, you need to get it onto a MetaMask. You need to get it onto a ledger. Just be safe. Just be safe. Because FTX will not be the only exchange that goes down over the next year and a half. Or the next couple of years. They will not be the only one. They might be the biggest, but they won't be the only one. And do not get burned holding your stuff. I say this on my site. Like all my funds are in ledger, except a little bit, a certain percentage of funds that I'm ready to use to buy cryptos is on exchanges. But all my cryptos on a ledger, safe. You got to be safe, guys. Got to be safe. Because this is going to get worse. FTX has already tanked. Solana's getting wrecked. If crypto.com, as an example, went down, and bear in mind how much money they've spent lately, again, whatever their biggest holdings are going to get wrecked as well. And obviously, Shiba Inu is one. So just be careful, folks. And yeah, what do you think of the FTX situation? Let me know in the comments down below. And that's it from me. Take it easy. Bye-bye.